Department stores are closing. In May 2018, Marks & Spencer announced that 100 of their stores would close by 2022. Just before being bought by Sports Direct in August 2018, House of Fraser announced their intention to shutter 31 stores. Then, in October 2018, Debenhams hit the headlines with a threat of closure for up to 50 of their stores. But this is nothing new.
Serious financial trouble.
Mystery. They've lost their focus, unfortunately.
It's cheaper than...
The fashion is for the old people.
Yes, there's a lack of identity.
British Home Stores, Alders, Dickens & Jones, David Morgan, Woolworths and many more absorbed into House of Fraser and John Lewis have meant that well-known and what we often remember as well-loved department stores have disappeared from our high streets. Not so long ago, the press was abuzz with high street department stores who had seemingly woken up to the fact that tangible retail innovation was required to maintain brand relevance and keep consumers engaged. And keep them spending, of course. We heard of lifestyle-led experience, champagne bars and yoga studios, 5-year growth strategies, and offers customers hadn't even dreamt of. But when you've got 100 stores like House of Fraser, 165 stores like Debenhams, or 1,000 stores like Marks & Spencer, making a difference is expensive and complex. The impact of investing £200 million like Harrods or £300 million like Selfridges really only makes a difference when you've only got 1 or 2 stores. And let's not forget that expansion, closure, relocation, conversion and downsizing is all part of retail life, reflecting the constant ebb and flow of consumer shopping patterns, resulting in the need for brands to deploy their efforts elsewhere. It really is survival of the fittest, and that's the way it should be. The problem is when this happens. On the High Street of Darlington, a large market town in the northeast of England, the Binns department store, which opened in 1920 and is now part of House of Fraser, is earmarked for closure. Following the collapse of British Home Stores in 2016, there's been an empty retail unit on the street, which is right next door to a Marks & Spencer that closed in August 2018. These large, multi-floored units now form empty bookends to a once vibrant high street. So what's the solution? Business as usual is one option. As one retailer leaves, another moves in. But with potential tenants looking for smaller spaces, shorter leases, and often with offers and services that don't comply to restrictive use classifications, it's likely that these units will remain empty for some time, further eroding the experience of visiting a high street. Or you could get creative and reimagine a new use for the building. Perhaps a new workplace concept, or co-living's the answer, or maybe a skate park, or a cinema, or even a learning space with a library and a roof garden. Coming up with exciting ideas is the easy part, but you don't know the answers until you ask the questions. Actually, what's needed is a new process. A process that unlocks the true potential for each and every unique location and circumstance. This is not a cookie-cutter exercise. What works for one high street won't necessarily work for another. First, listen to people. Engage with the community to understand and establish what's really needed. Understand how they want to shop, eat, learn, experience and be entertained. Define a solution that also responds to the store's geographic location, its history and heritage, how it connects the town's infrastructure, understand the town's personality and aspiration, as well as its economic and social context. Also listen to the building. The infrastructure, vertical circulation, loading and logistic areas are in place and more than likely to serve the building well. Work with what's there. Then identify opportunities, for example, underused assets at roof level or in the basement, views out and daylight in. Opportunities for accessibility and permeability, higher value ground and lower floors, lower value upper floors, spaces that would suit fixed offers, locations that would be better suited to something flexible, connections to public amenities, and so on. And then there's the need for stakeholder collaboration. Vision needs to be supported by a visionary team. All those with a vested interest in creating a successful high street need to work collaboratively. Government, council, developer, landlord, action group, tenant and architect. Currently diverse and conflicting stakeholder agendas need to be replaced with positivity and alignment to enable opportunity and success. Easier said than done, maybe. But the ambition is to fill these large, empty spaces with activation and engagement that is itself a microcosm of the high street, and one that can become a vibrant centre of community in its own right.